Hello, and welcome to today's session. As always, I'm your host, Kevin Grote, Staff Systems Engineer here at VMware. Today, we're going to continue our conversations around Airwatch, and specifically changes and enhancements in Airwatch 8.2. Now, if you saw the previous videos, you know that we were talking about wrapping some relational understanding around what Airwatch does for our enterprise. It's not just about device management. That would be all too simple. But it's beyond that. We're talking about mobile device management, as well as application, content, and email management. All of these serve as endpoints, and it's not just about the mobile device itself, as far as the tablet or the phone, but it's also the endpoints that we're integrating with. Today, we're going to be looking at our continued commitment through Airwatch toward unified endpoint management. And this stretches beyond just the mobile device. And we start thinking about mobility in terms of the actual compute systems that people are touching, allowing us to provide consistent, ubiquitous experiences across not only their desktop, but their mobile devices, and all of the enhancements that Airwatch 8.2 brings into that field. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. As we continue to look at the enhancements with Airwatch 8.2, today we zoom in on commitment to unified endpoint management. So this is going to focus on two really key spots: El Capitan from Mac and Apple, and Windows 10 from Windows. The other two videos inside of this series include information on the support for the latest operating systems, and that covers things like Samsung Knox, Windows devices, Android M as well. And there's another video inside of this series talking about the expanded administrator usability enhancements, everything from our ability to create smart groups to per VPN application access and more. So be sure to check those out too. Let's kick off with enhancements around El Capitan. So the El Capitan enhancements inside of Airwatch allow us to have additional device security around the desktop. So we now have access to manage passcode history and the grace period. So if we have one passcode that's being leveraged on the device, we can ensure that it's also aligning with our passcode requirements inside of Active Directory. That could be one example. It's always a great process and practice to make sure that we're aligning passcode timeouts so that someone's not gaining access to the device and able to work their way in, that every time we have a change inside of the Active Directory, it's good to also have one on the end user device. Now, with the advanced security with Airwatch, we're able to execute upon those ideas. We also can leverage additional device restrictions, including prevention of the use of iCloud documents and data when it being leveraged inside of the Airwatch space. We can also disable the Apple ID setup at login and disable Safari autofill inside of this space. We can also prevent use of iCloud passwords when creating local accounts to ensure that just if somebody guesses or they're able to hack into the keychain of the device and leverage the passcodes and passwords that are being used inside of the personal side of the house, that they're not going to be able to leverage those and carry those over inside of our protected environment. We can also prevent spotlight suggestions during a system search and automatically configure network proxy settings to align with our security model. The El Capitan enhancements go even further by giving us the ability to support dynamic configuration and reporting using custom attributes. So we can set these attributes up so that scripts and commands inside of terminal can be executed and also leveraged for reporting and product assignment. We can also define a reoccurring execution schedule to align with reporting and products and security. And we can set execution events to report based upon user login log out, or startup. This can be for everything from security through administration to troubleshooting. Moving away from the Apple environment into Windows, we now have support and enhancements inside of Windows 10 Threshold 2. So this gives us the ability for enhanced passport for work policy, including biometric authentication, and also allowing for additional password and security against pass-the-hash attacks inside of Windows 10. And you can see it's very straightforward to set up. From an administrative perspective, you're really just going to be choosing whether to allow or to not allow these specific requirements, and then to require or not require specific PIN requirements for the device as well. Windows 10 Threshold 2 support continues on even further when we look at additional configurations for things like Outlook with Exchange web services, enhancements to the BitLocker policy, and creating a universal Windows 10 agent across all desktop and phone devices. This is a huge advancement because we're talking about connecting via Wi-Fi and creating silent installs. This allows us to have more solidarity and unification when we're looking at the types of agents that are being deployed, which means easier administration. If we look at what else we're able to do, we're also able to create expanded Airwatch content locker support. Now, in the beginning of the video, we talked about not just what we're able to do around mobile device management, but also around mobile application, mobile email, and also mobile content management. MCM, or mobile content management, is the integration that we're talking about when we talk about Airwatch Content Locker. And so you can see here we've got a file that we've right-clicked, and now we have new capabilities. Either share the link using mobile content management, or view in self-service portal leveraging mobile content management. And we're able to see the different layers of accessibility and security here right inside of the Windows Start menu. This gives us support for Azure Active Directory Authentication W10, also availability for an MSI as an alternative to the executable if you're wanting to do silent installs and enterprise-grade deployments. We also have enhancements to the user interface, as we saw the shared folder icons and the taskbar status, and then it's added ability to view inside of the self-service portal in addition to just doing a shared link. All of these enhancements and more make Airwatch by VMware a tremendous asset when we're looking at streamlining user interaction, increasing the security for the administrators when they're governing the environment, and also allowing users to leverage the devices that they want inside of the environment. I want to thank you for taking time to join me today. As always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this session. As always, be sure to check with your local VMware Systems Engineers team for more information about all of these exciting products and to learn how you can leverage these products inside of your own initiatives. Be sure to look for more information on Airwatch here inside of these playlists, as well as within My Airwatch, so that you can learn more about the VMware Airwatch solution and how mobile device, application, content, and email management can further solidify the strategy that you have for your organization. Thanks as always, have a fantastic day, and I look forward to talking to you again really soon.